姐妹们，我今天真的彻底破防了。我闺蜜的妹妹比我小7岁，大年初3，昨天刚从外地回来，今天下午就去相亲。最主要的是这个事情敲定下来了，而且是3天以后订婚，1个星期之后就要结婚了。问她为什么不再多了解了解，她说她妥协了，年纪大了，嫁谁都一样，而且她比我小7岁。我真的不知道我该怎么办了。接下来
你都30多了，再过2年你就绝经了，我拿彩礼娶你回家是为了给你养老吗？
You're already 37. In just 2 more years, you'll hit menopause. I'm supposed to pay a bride price to marry you, just to take care of you in your old age? This is something I saw online. A man actually commented this about me. I felt like the sky collapsed, seriously. It was so vicious to the core. Just a couple of days ago, I posted a video where I said I don't want to get married anymore. I casually mentioned that I still want a bride price. And then? A bunch of men swarmed in and started attacking me personally, saying I'm 37 and about to hit menopause, yet I still dare to ask for a bride price. How delusional. It's not like I don't want to be young. I don't want to be 37 either. I don't want to face the words about to hit menopause, but I've lived to this age already. What can I do? They used to say, the most poisonous is a woman's heart. But now I truly feel, the most poisonous are some men's mouths. Last night, I was so upset by their comments that I couldn't sleep at all. I tossed and turned until 4 or 5 in the morning. I really feel so fragile right now, so powerless. I feel like I'm done. Like I'm nothing. Do you know what I did today? After I got home, I went straight to the pharmacy downstairs. I said I wanted to buy some medicine to help with insomnia. I couldn't even think of anything more vicious than what those men said to fight back. I've been completely shattered by them. God, they actually said I'm about to hit menopause, that I have no value at all. Also, I just want to ask, can I not be judged by men only? Can some women come and speak up for me? Please, someone help me. I feel like the sky is falling. And there's something I've never understood. Back when I was in my 20s, whenever I told my boyfriend I had my period and my stomach hurt, they said I was being dramatic. Now that I'm in my 30s, finally getting close to the end of menstruation, they turn around and mock me, saying we women are about to hit menopause. So I just want to ask, what exactly did a woman's period ever do to anyone? What did we do wrong? What do you men actually want? I really can't take it anymore. Sisters, please help me.
我想哭，但是我哭不出来。
I've been feeling incredibly down lately, so down that I don't even know how to express it. That kind of feeling isn't something that can be released by having a good cry, but rather a kind of grievance and helplessness that's trapped in my heart. I want to cry, but the tears just won't come out. I've always approached relationships with sincerity. I'm not the kind of person who casually says, I just want to find someone. I simply think that, if by chance I meet someone who's suitable, and whom I genuinely like, then I'll seriously consider starting a relationship. Even if it's just getting to know each other, that would be pretty nice. A while ago, someone added me on social media. He said he was 50 years old. I froze for a second, and thought, if a 50-year-old man dares to reach out to me and say he likes me, then he must be really outstanding, right? At the very least, he must be either incredibly charming or in excellent financial shape. Otherwise, how could he say something like that with such confidence? But when he sent his photo, I was stunned. I even started to wonder if this was supposed to humiliate me. At that moment, I felt it was a tremendous insult, a complete trample on my dignity and worth. He looked like he was over 70 years old, while I'm 36, and honestly, I think I still look like I'm 28. I'm quite confident in both my appearance and presence. Isn't this basically slapping me in the face? Do I really come across as that undesirable to others? I just can't accept this. I truly don't understand why I have to be subjected to such blatant disrespect. And what left me speechless was, he even added that he spends half the year working away from home. Excuse me, but what does that arrangement have to do with me? Please, those of you who say you're seriously looking for a relationship, before adding me, take a serious look at my dating criteria. Don't just disturb me at random. Every time something like this happens, I feel emotionally exhausted. And if one day I really get pushed to the edge, it's absolutely possible that I'll end up swearing out loud.
大6年属虎的我今天已经40岁了。
I'm already 40 years old this year, still single, never married, with no partner and no children. I've ended up as a bona fide leftover woman. And now, I really seem to have become one of those unwanted people. To be honest, I've completely lost all hope for marriage, let alone getting married. Every day, many friends urge me to get married. They tell me to hurry up and seize the last chance. But I no longer have any dating resources. No one is willing to introduce me to anyone anymore. In other people's eyes, a 40-year-old unmarried leftover woman is, in 8 out of 10 cases, someone with personality issues, a difficult, weird person. But I'm really not like that. What I've always pursued is pure love. I've never cared whether the man had a house or a car. And I've never asked for a bride price. Not even a single yuan. Someone like me, who only wants love and has zero material demands, actually finds it even harder to meet a man I like through arranged matchmaking. That's why I gradually began to reject all forms of blind dates. To bid farewell to the regrets of my first half of life, I bought myself a wedding dress today. The moment I put it on, I suddenly realized, I really have gotten old. I'm no longer that starry-eyed girl in her early 20s. When a 40-year-old woman puts on a wedding dress, many people say she looks like someone's auntie. For me, that kind of comment is like a punch to the heart. It hurts. In the first half of my life, I didn't get married when I should have, and I didn't become a mother when I should have. Now I still don't have a child of my own. Many people say that if a woman never becomes a mother in her lifetime, then it's as if she's lived in vain. Her life is a failure, and it's empty. Maybe they're right. Regret is no longer useful at this point. The men who used to pursue me back then, I missed every single one of them. Now even if I'm willing to like someone, no one is willing to like me back. So all I can do is learn to like myself. Today, when I put on this wedding dress, I suddenly realized I might never even get to hold that little red marriage certificate that would make me, officially and truly, someone's wife. Maybe this life will just continue on like this, full of regrets. So, I want to say this to the younger girls out there. If marriage is something you care about, then you must not delay. Whether or not you get married really can, in some ways, affect your sense of completeness in life. As for those who say I have a strange personality, and am difficult to get along with, I admit it. Yes, I really am a weird leftover woman with an odd personality.
5岁的未婚未育的大龄剩女。
I'm already 35 years old this year, still unmarried, and without children. I'm a bona fide older single woman. Today, I woke up from a long sleep and looked at my weary reflection in the mirror. Suddenly, I felt this strange, surreal sensation, as if I had aged 10 years overnight. Actually, I'm not really afraid of aging itself. What I'm afraid of is that once I've grown old, no one will truly love me anymore, and no one will choose me. Lately, I've barely been able to sleep. Most nights, I lie awake till dawn. Even if I do fall asleep, it's only for 2 or 3 hours at most. When the night falls silent, anxiety rises in waves, again and again, making it impossible to sleep peacefully. I look at my face and feel like my nasolabial folds are getting deeper, and the dark circles under my eyes are becoming more and more obvious. It's as if all the brightness I once had has suddenly faded away. The spots and blemishes on my face are increasing too. To be honest, my emotions are becoming easier and easier to break down, especially at night. I often lie in bed, tossing and turning, thinking about the future, wondering just how much longer I'll have to keep going on alone, and how long I'll have to stay in this loneliness. This kind of loneliness isn't just about eating alone or living alone. It's a deep internal emptiness, a kind of sorrow that echoes with no response. Today, once again, I couldn't hold back my tears. I cried until my eyes were swollen. Almost every night, I lie there shedding silent tears, all by myself. There's no one to talk to, and no one to comfort me. I don't know if anyone could truly understand this kind of feeling.
姐妹们一定要在28岁之前给自己嫁出去。
Sisters, you must settle your marriage before the age of 28. If you can get married, then get married. Even if you're still not married by the age of 28, at the very least, you should be in a stable relationship, with a boyfriend who's emotionally steady and committed. Because once you cross the threshold of 30, you'll come to realize a harsh truth. The pool of men you can access, especially those you meet through blind dates, will only get worse and worse. You'll gradually come to understand there are 3 iron rules. First, poor financial situation. Second, obvious personality flaws. Third, physical health issues to varying degrees. Men who are well-rounded in every aspect have long since been taken. The ones left are either the survivors of small circles, or the leftovers of the dating market. And those few exceptional men who have somehow slipped through the cracks usually won't even consider a woman who's already over 30 and still single. So I sincerely advise those younger sisters still in college. You must start planning your relationship strategy early. In college, you should begin engaging with the opposite sex. Dating is fine, but please remember a few bottom lines. Don't get pregnant. Don't take inappropriate photos. Don't lend money easily. And absolutely don't fall for those flashy guys with sweet talk, exaggerated outfits, and unstable mental states, those so-called Jing Shen Xiao Hua. What you need to look for is someone emotionally stable, decisive, and respectful toward his parents. Looks and height? As long as they don't make you feel uncomfortable, they really don't matter. Once you meet the right one, don't hesitate. Get married after graduation. Don't keep thinking, I'll wait until I'm older and more mature, then I'll find someone better. Because by the time you've matured, you'll realize it's harder to fall in love. And those men you now consider high quality have already been snatched away by someone else. And more importantly, once you truly become mature, you'll never again experience that sweet, carefree kind of young love. Because you've come to understand the heavy pressures of life. And that as adults, we can no longer love or dream without limits. You'll start to put away that girl-like heart that once believed in fairy tale romance. And learn to face reality with reason. In the adult world, even just a little genuine love is already a rare thing. As for that so-called pure and passionate love, in real life, it has already become a luxury, even a fleeting illusion.
Do you know what the most devastating moment is for a leftover woman? Actually, it's not being bombarded by relatives and friends urging her to get married at family gatherings. Nor is it the helplessness of being too busy with work, having a small social circle, or lacking time to meet a boyfriend. The real breaking point comes when she finally gathers the courage and makes up her mind to seriously look for a partner. She throws herself, full of hope, into one blind date after another, going around in circles, until she finally meets someone who, in her eyes, checks all the right boxes, and she thinks to herself, maybe this time I won't have to be alone anymore. But reality hits her hard, like a bucket of cold water. The man she thought was the right match didn't choose her. Instead, he turned around and picked another woman, someone whose qualifications may not even measure up to hers. And the only advantage that girl had was just being a little bit younger. What's even more heartbreaking than that is when the leftover woman finally figures it out herself. I can lower my standards. I won't be picky anymore. I'm not asking for perfection. I just want someone I get along with, someone to live a stable life with. But unexpectedly, even then, the man still doesn't want her. She begins to question everything. I mean, aside from being a bit older, I don't look bad. I dress well. I carry myself with grace. If I really put in some effort and made the first move, it shouldn't be that hard to find someone, right? But the harsh truth of the dating market keeps slapping her in the face. This society's tolerance for a woman's age is extremely limited. Age is irreversible. Unlike looks, which can be enhanced with makeup, or financial standing, which can be improved through hard work, age is like a door that quietly closes behind her. Without a sound, it leaves her shut out on the other side. And that is the moment that truly crushes a leftover woman. What do you think? Is it really like this? Is this society just far too harsh on women? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.